Fans argue over Deontay Wilder's new ranking in the Ring Magazine's top 10 heavyweights as Alexander Usyk, Tyson Fury, and Anthony Joshua claim the top spots. Deontay Wilder has suffered a significant drop in Ring Magazine's heavyweight rankings after his defeat to Joseph Parker. 6 of the boxers from the top 10 list were in action as part of the Day of a Reckoning show in Saudi Arabia last week. In the 2 main events, Parker outboxed Wilder for a wide unanimous decision, and Anthony Joshua stopped Otto Wallin. This led to AJ leapfrogging Deontay Wilder and taking his number 2 position. The champion top spot is held by Alexander Usyk, while Tyson Fury is currently ranked number 1 beneath him. Wilder has dropped all the way down to number 9 as a result of Parker's loss, and has left him with a record of 1-3 since 2019. What's going on, y'all? Much love, peace, blessings. Really appreciate everybody for checking into the video. This is Get a Mic, and welcome back to Gym Boxing. We are in the building for another video, and I saw this video on Deontay Wilder, and I wanted to get in here and talk about it, man. It looks like he's dropped down all the way to number 9 after, I believe he was in number 2 position, if I'm not mistaken. And now he's all the way down to number 9, and it looks like we have the fans are basically going back and forth about whether or not he dropped down too far, or should he had even been on the list in the first place. And I want to give my thoughts on this whole situation, man. Like I said, I do like Deontay Wilder. I think he's a good dude, man. Really, really good brother. I want to make sure I emphasize that I have a lot of respect for Deontay Wilder as a person and what he do. But y'all know I got to get in here and give my opinion based on it from a boxing standpoint. That's what we do on Gym Boxing, man. We talk about boxing, and we give our thoughts about it. We try to have a little bit of fun while we can, man. But I think this was a pretty good, interesting topic here. Now, let's look at Ring Magazine's heavyweight rankings. They got Alexander Usyk at the top, for good reason. He's a good fighter, moved up to heavyweight, beat Anthony Joshua, and he's looking unstoppable right now. And I think Tyson Fury and him going to have a fight here shortly, maybe in 2024, so we'll see. But they got Tyson Fury number 1. They got Anthony Joshua number 2. Zhilei Zhang, the guy from China, which is a really good boxer as well. They got him at number 3. Joseph Parker, I imagine he moved up. I don't remember where everyone was at. Previously I wasn't really paying attention. But they got Philip Hrgovic. I don't never pronounce his name right. They got him at 5. They got Frank Sanchez at 6. They got Jared Anderson at 7, Joe Joyce at 8, and then Deontay Wilder, and then Ajit Kabial. So they got Deontay Wilder dropping all the way down past past those fighters. And I don't know. I'm gonna get into finish this article real quick. But one thing that I want to talk about real quick is that boxing it's a sport, man. It's a sweet science. You know what I'm saying? It's a craft. It's an art form. And I think a lot of times, fans, we get all guilty of getting tied up in our emotions for the fighters we like and things of that nature, man. But for the most part, this thing it's a science, man. And when you see fighters go out there and they look terrible in the ring, I mean, it's hard to give them what you really want to give them because they're not showing it in the ring. So it's like, you go in the ring, we know you got a pass at knocking people out. You put on some good performances and some good nights of boxing. But a lot of these fights have come into question about whether or not, this man really can box. And a lot of people have been arguing back and forth about this for a long time. And you have the fans arguing, saying that, he can't box, or, he's, skinny legs. And I mean, obviously the man legs skinny, but that's besides the point. You have a lot of people arguing back and forth whether or not he's a good boxer. Then you have people saying that, the fans are racist for not saying that he's a good boxer, and then going back and forth, and for the culture and all of that. I get it. When it comes to Deontay Wilder, for the culture and for the black community and all of that, man, I'm all behind it, man. I'm with you, man. Whatever you feel like you got to do for the brothers and sisters, man, I'm with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, donate, if you want to help out, single moms, single fathers, You want to donate to the kids, the less fortunate, anything you want to do for the black community, man, I am with you. You hear me? I mean, I couldn't applaud any of those things more. You want to give the small YouTubers like myself, you want to give, other YouTubers, interviews, and you want to give people access, and you want to help people out, man. That's a major applaud right there. But when it comes down to boxing, man, and you in that ring, and it's you versus another boxer at the heavyweight division, and you ain't in there taking care of business, I gotta call it out. I gotta call it exactly how I see it in the ring, and I've always have. I try not to hold back. I am pretty fair. You know what I'm saying? I usually try to see things from both sides of the coin every single time. But in this situation, when you being ranked amongst the top heavyweights, and you get in there with another top 10 heavyweight, and you get whooped from round 1 all the way to the last round, and you don't pretty much win a round, and you can't seem to throw a 3-punch combination, you can't seem to land an uppercut, you can't seem to land a body shot, you can't even land a 1-2, and all you got is basically one jab just to keep him away, and you think you're going to be in here in somebody's top 10, I think at this point you got another thing coming, because at some point, and I'm pretty sure, man, Ring Magazine and those guys that put these lists together, they looking at it with a very, very intelligent mindset, and they're looking at it from the sweet science of boxing in all different aspects, whether it's your record, the people you fought, your strength of schedule, so to speak, whether they looking at, how and which you win fights, and when you lose, what you look like when you lose. There's a lot of different things here that come into play when it comes down to ranking these top fighters. And after that last fight with Joseph Parker, I think the fans basically saying that you shouldn't even be on this list, I think they got a point. They got a point, man, because the rest of these guys all got boxing skill. From Alexander Usyk, moving up in different weights, knocking off top guys. He beat Anthony Joshua. I mean, putting together combinations like he's a welterweight. Tyson Fury, he's still questionable, but he's also put on some big fights. He's beat Deontay Wilder. He's beat a lot of fighters. Vladimir Klitschko, if I'm not mistaken, he beat a lot of these fighters. So it makes sense when you see some of these top guys. Zhilei Zhang looks really, really good. I think he got 1 L. Joseph Parker, even after losing, getting knocked out, he's come back and looked phenomenal. Philip Hrgovic, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right. I never get it right. But even he looks like really, really good out here. You got Jared Big Baby Anderson is up and coming. Joe Joyce. I mean, you got all of these heavyweight fighters out here doing an extremely good job out here in the sport of boxing. They looking good. Their skill set is looking sharp. They getting in there. And to see you come out here and can barely land anything but a jab, I mean, the fans got a point. The fans got a point. Ring Magazine got a point. So the rest of this article says fans are split over his new ranking, with some believing the Bronze Bomber didn't deserve to fall so far, while others insist he should have been kicked off the list altogether. One fan wrote, Wilder shouldn't even be on the list, honestly, and a second agreed, Wilder should disappear from the list. A third fan said, don't think Wilder should even be on there after his performance. So don't get me wrong, I understand there is going to be some hate involved. There is going to be some racial involved. I want everybody to understand that I know that's what's going on. You're going to have that aspect of it in boxing. But me personally, me and Deontay, we both brothers from the same community, all right? There's no race involved in this video, all right? You my brother. I met you on a couple of occasions, few different occasions. Think he's a wonderful guy. I love Deontay Wilder like a brother. I want to see him succeed. I want to see him do good. But I can't help, from a boxing standpoint, seeing you get out here and get whooped like that. It's hard for me to try to keep saying you're a great boxer when I'm not seeing it with my eyes. You know what I'm saying? And that's just pretty much what it boils down to, man. And I mean, that's just kind of my thoughts on this. I can understand if you believe he should be there, if you like Deontay Wilder, you think his resume is not that bad, if you think he's, came through and knocked out a lot of guys on the way up, and not anybody can do that. I get it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of regular people that wouldn't be able to do what he do, but he is like 6'7", 6'8", and he's really tall, really strong. He's gonna beat some guys up. He's intimidating. He's got a lot of mouth. He's really strong. So he's gonna go up through the ranks. But man, when you get to the top of the top, when you get to the top of the mountain, you know what I'm saying? That's when things change. You know, that's when you have to rely on something other than just being tall and strong and have a 1-2. At some point, you know, you're gonna have to get in here and you're gonna have to use some boxing skill. You're gonna have to use everything you do in training. You're gonna have to use, you know, all different types of, you know, tactics to make your heavyweight reign last. You know what I'm saying? And in that fight with Joseph Parker, it was awful, man. I mean, the ladies was mad. You got the ladies mad. You know, what the hell is wrong with Wilder? Why he can't, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? Every time we root for this guy, he let us down. So it's one of them situations where it's like, come on, Wilder. You know, come on, dog. You know, I want to see him get back in the ring. He's an entertaining human being. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely good for TV. I want to see him in there, but I want to see him do a better job. You know, and I thought before he got knocked out, you know, in that Tyson Fury third fight, I felt like he was getting ready to start doing better, and I can't understand it, man. It's like, I think a lot of it has to do with his killer instinct being gone. You know, like what he was talking about before, about how he's going to get his killer instinct back. I think that have a lot to do with it because he looked it like he was doing a good job. He looked like he came in stronger, came in a little heavier. His game plan was good. He was going to Tyson Fury's body. He was taking some air. He was doing a good job, man. But for some reason, once the heat got turned up on him, you know, once Tyson Fury turned up the heat, it's almost like he had a flashback and he just kind of went back into, you know, old ways, man. But, you know, it is what it is. I just wanted to give my thoughts and opinions on this whole situation with the Ring Magazine rankings. I want everybody, if you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you for sticking around. So hit that like button for your boy. You know what I'm saying? If you're really feeling the channel and you want us to grow, you want us to get up over 20,000, 30,000, you want us to get to 100,000 subscribers, man, I need that like button smashed. And I need them comments jumping, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me know how you feel about it. I really appreciate it. This your boy Get a Mic. This is Gym Boxing. And we're going to try to elevate. And we're going to try to go all the way up. Really appreciate everybody. Peace out.